Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Soul ShakeDown podcast, episode 4. We here with Bryce Givens. We got Mr. Bishop Snow.
What's going on?
And we got Hugo Deluxe right here, man. This is a pleasure, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How we doing today? How's the day going so far?
Good, man. Good. I already got the workout in, so you know what I'm saying. I'm chilling.
Hell yeah.
It's a good day so far.
Yep.
Good day.
Got to get that in every day, right?
Yeah, every day. Every day.
Hell yeah.
I take my rest
Every
days
day,
if I'm busy. Every single day, bro.
Hell yeah.
I got a workout split. I stick to it. You know what I mean. And I don't know. The only time I really skip is if I don't got time. Like if I'm doing way too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes the schedule just gets a little too hectic.
Nah, I feel it.
So
Once it becomes a part of your routine, it's hard to like not do that anymore too. Like you get so used to doing that, and it kind of creates the energy. So it's like
it's therapy. It's therapy for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making sure that like physically I know I could get to where I need to be, but like mentally it's like maintaining the stability that I have, because it's like I fucking lose my shit in a second. You know what I mean? So it's just making sure that's there. You know what I mean? So the discipline, a lot of it too. You know what I mean? Making sure the discipline is there and just staying motivated. You know, and doing it even when I'm not motivated. So
discipline is definitely the name of the game when it comes to fucking working out, man. I be trying to do that shit sometimes, and it's just like I'd be like 3-4 days a week, and I'd be feeling like I'm killing it.
So I just be going at it every day. Even if I go out of town, like I have a brother that stays in Vegas, and he does the bodybuilding thing, so it's not that hard to like stay on it, because like we'll go to EOS regardless, or we'll go to his training gym and like knock that shit out. But I was just in Arizona over the weekend, and I was in Phoenix, and luckily there was a LA Fitness across the street from the homies crib.
Okay, there you go.
I got a
Make
guest
that shit
pass.
happen.
I got a guest pass the whole fucking weekend. I was like, I was drinking nothing, so the homies was drinking. They was hungover. I was like, fuck, I'm going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Taking some off-brand pre-workout and shit.
Some off-brand
fuck.
Shit got you feeling crazy, I bet.
Yeah, nah, I wasn't strong enough, so I was like, all right, whatever. And I gotta walk through this parking lot. The heat. I gotta go past the Target, but Target was just, the gym's.
It's hot out there, huh?
Yeah, it's hot as hell, but the females out there are bad as shit.
That's bad.
I don't give a fuck. I was so happy to leave the crib, bro. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to go see some ass. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I'm dead.
No, it's crazy, man, and it's really full circle to have you right here on our 4th episode. I mean, it's crazy to see how much the tides have changed. You know what I mean? Over the years, the first time I met you was actually when me and this fool Hugo were fucking roommates and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and you pulled up, and I was telling you about the
time
studio
flies,
and
bro.
shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't even mention shit. I was just like, damn, okay, you got a studio. That's what's up. And when you showed me the setup. You showed me pictures of the setup, and I was like, fuck. That's actually a legit setup. That's just, it's crazy. I remember that. That really wasn't that long ago, was it?
Maybe like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
maybe like that. 2 years. Yeah.
Around there.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
2 years,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy, and it's funny too, because our new crib we just got is literally right down the street.
Oh, for
it was
real?
like
spot,
it's like the next street over.
Yeah.
So
That's convenient. That's convenient.
Yeah, that shit's
the
so
location.
full circle, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I remember the first time you came over to the crib and we were talking about music, and then Hugo was like, yeah, man, the homie Bishop, he's still just like kind of starting out into the music, but you was already so cold, like off the rip.
Thank you.
I think you had dropped, what was like it was either Bury Me a G or it was
It might have been before that, because Bury Me a G was a little after. That wasn't until I started working with Mad Strange.
Okay.
The first, I think I dropped like 2 songs, and I was just kind of like on YouTube, because I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't understand the name of the game yet, as far as leasing beats and like purchasing beats or whatever, like, you know what I mean? I just knew like, I got the beat, did a song over it, music video, got it mixed, and then did a music video, and then I figure out the whole, like, that was someone told me about DistroKid, and then just that whole other side of the business aspect of things. So really the first ones that I came swinging out with was Brother of the Struggle. Okay. That was like the first one. Yeah. One day I just heard the beat, and I've been writing for so long that it was just like I heard the beat one day and I was like, shit, let me see how this shit sounds. So it was more of like a trap beat. You know what I mean? It was more of a trap beat. It wasn't really the G-Funk, but it was like a West Coast trap beat.
Because when I hear your old shit, it's like boom bap.
Yeah,
I hear some of the old shit, and it's all boom bap. It's all West, East Coast inspired.
That was a lot of the heavy inspiration that had me starting with this shit. Was like, as far as music goes and rap, it was it was what my mom had raised me on.
Yeah,
and my mom, it was like the first album that really got me into music was a rap. Particularly, it was a Yo MTV Raps compilation album. and it had
That's kind of random.
It is really random.
very random, but it was the perfect combination of music. There
Because
was
it had everything in there.
literally there was I'm trying to remember. Cream was on there by Wu-Tang. Troy by Pete Rock and CL Smooth was on there.
Crazy.
I think I want to say Bonita Applebum.
Oh man, Tribe Called
Tribe.
Quest. Bro.
I want to say, and then there was just so much Express Yourself by NWA.
Yeah.
And then earlier video games too. So like I was really hooked on Tony Hawk's Underground too.
Oh yeah.
And that playlist had a lot of shit. Like Whirlwind Pyramid by fucking by DLC.
Bro. You know I was a skater, so I was
Yeah, you
playing.
know what I mean?
Played
Like-
every single one of the Tony Hawks.
Yeah,
man. I was
yeah.
all on that.
So those were early inspirations for me. So hearing that boom bap was very like it was
Yeah.
stuck. Like the way the cadence and everything, and even like the early Rakim music,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just stuck to it. So that was why
Yeah.
that boom bap was very dominant in the sound of the first few things that I had dropped, because it
Hell
was
yeah.
like, okay, this is what I know.
Yep.
And not to mention, I mean, I've said this numerous times. I think Illmatic is the greatest rap album of all time. So it's
Yeah.
like hearing that, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then basically feeding off that. And then one of the earliest West Coast inspirations that I had as far as rap was the DJ Quick album,
Okay.
Safe and Sound.
Yeah,
So-
DJ Quick has always been that guy. I mean,
yeah, just the sound, the whole complete sound of that album, from Summer Breeze, you know what I mean? Get At Me. Those songs were very
Yeah.
influential to me,
hell yeah.
you know, and I was out here just like young 15-year-old gangbanging, just listening to that shit.
Yeah.
Like that was like fucking stuck in my head. Dollars and Cents was my shit, but it was like, all right, I'm you know, I was young and just listening to that, and that's kind of the memory that it brings in my head. So I remember a lot of shit when I think about that, a lot of shit that I did, and just like fucking drinking 40s of Old English as a fucking teenager. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't even know why I was doing that shit, but, you know. But yeah, those as far as the early inspirations, East Coast hip hop was very, very influential to me.
That's crazy to hear. And then, like, was it when you kind of started working with Mad Strange when you kind of started shifting to like the G-Funk sound, or?
Yeah. I it's fuck. I remember this conversation as clear as day. I was me and so Matt Stranger brought me out. I wasn't even on board like as
Okay.
far as rapping. I
Yeah,
was just
yeah, yeah.
modeling for Desi Hollow's I Got Love music video.
Mm.
So if you see that music video, I'm in it with my Caprice. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I'm just chilling in the back. I have like I have like a talking OE or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just chilling for one of the performance scenes that he did.
Okay.
Showed him some of my earlier stuff, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like, you know, it was cool, but it was a boom bap. And
Yeah.
he was just like, I remember the sentence he just said, "We need to get you on that G-Funk shit."
Damn.
And he told me that, and I was just like, okay, let me see how I can maneuver to that side.
Yeah.
And I started,
It straight took over after that, bro.
I tried it, you know, and then I kind of came with a little bit more complex rhymes, and the choruses were a little, you know what I mean? It was funny actually. One of the first choruses I did on a G-Funk beat was "Raising the Streets," but it was done over a different beat. It's not done on the beat that people hear it now.
Yeah, that song's hard though. I love
Thank
that
you.
song.
So I did that one first. I think I wrote it. So I wrote "Raising the Streets" in L.A. There's a spot by the railroad tracks that has like a view of
Damn.
L.A.
Okay.
So I wrote that there, and then I wrote "Too Many Homies" like 5 minutes after that.
Damn.
So I wrote those two songs while just chilling there.
That's
But the
right.
chorus I wrote, I was working at the 99-cent store in Oceanside. I was one of the managers there, and I just heard the beat that "Raising the Streets" is on now,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's produced by Able Beats, and I just like started just the
It
puzzle
just hit
just kind of
immediately,
fucking fit
Oh, yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and so
Probably sounded better on that beat than it almost did on the beat you like originally wrote it to.
the original beat was actually kind of dope. I'm writing to that original beat right now.
Okay.
It never got released on anything,
Damn.
so I just wrote when I was in
Kinda set
Arizona.
it.
Yeah, when I was in Arizona, I kept it, and I have those two. I have two verses to it. I just need to think of a perfect chorus in my head.
What made you switch from that beat to the new beat?
Just the grunginess. So like the way that "Raising the Street" sounds, the beat, it's just there's little things when I listen to beats that kind of like what reminds me of that G-Funk West Coast sound. I feel like there's like certain leads, there's certain snare, like there's certain, you know what I mean?
Hell
There's
yeah.
certain sounds
Yeah,
that make you really
facts.
think of like, okay, this sound like a DPG beat.
Yeah.
This sound like something Daz would have did
Yeah.
for Tupac back in the
Yeah.
day. You know, so
Hell
when I
yeah.
hear those sounds, it's like, but that lead that was in "Raising the Streets"
Yep.
during the
That's-
chorus, and that shit stuck out to me, and I was like, this is amazing. So I had as far as the verse approach to it, I simplified the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Daniel, you know what I mean, one of the founders of Mad Strange,
Yep.
who I'm signed to. Daniel basically told me, he was just like, simplify it. And then I took that as, okay, let me lessen what I'm doing.
Yep.
Jay-Z said, I dump down for my audience and double my dollars. They criticize me for it, yet they all y'all holler.
Yeah.
And so I kind of took that and applied it to myself
that's
too.
facts.
And it's like, damn, if you listen to Jay-Z's early shit and how fast he raps and what he says, compared to like later on, it's like he's still just as hard when he slowed it down, but it's like he says double and triple entendres that you don't even fucking catch.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so
Hell yeah. No, and that's the most important thing, is just keeping it simple. Like, the best producers, bro, is the most simple, bro. Like a Timbaland beat, some of the best Timbaland beats you ever heard, 4 sounds.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, some of the best shit is like, it's not, let me throw 100 things on here and see what it see what it sounds like. It's like, how can I use the minimalistic of this and let the artist get their message across on something that's really simple.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's the most important part of the music shit, is like keeping that shit just simple and important, and keeping the message clear. For everyone to pick up.
Exactly.
It's very important as an artist to keep that fucking balance of both of those qualities, you know, of being able to do some shit that means something, you know, and really has a, you know, like a real meaning to it. And then like making some shit that kind of caters to the audience.
Yeah,
exactly.
That is more,
the
you know.
Of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The of it is being unique, being yourself, and being different than everyone else.
Yeah.
And just like you said with Timbaland, when you hear a Timbaland beat, you know a fucking Timbaland beat.
So
whether it's
fast.
Nelly Furtado, whether it's Aaliyah,
Missy,
Missy Elliott, like you know,
bro.
but it goes the same for Dre. It goes the same for Swiss Beats. It goes, you know, if you hear a Swiss Beat DMX song, you
all
know,
of them. Their sounds
intro,
were legendary, bro.
Man, and the unicality is being yourself and having that sound too. You know, so I agree, Hugo, 100%. And so that's kind of what let me hear it as far as having that G-Funk sound. And it's like I grew up on the West Coast, so you know what I mean. And the stories that I tell are shit that I've been through and my thought process. You know what I mean. So it's like how do I just apply it, tweak it, make it so that way I feel it's right, and you know, push it out to the world.
It's interesting to hear your approach of it now, though. Hearing like your influences and stuff. Because now when I think about it, it's like you're definitely approaching West Coast beats with like an East Coast flow sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
With a wave, because like a lot of, when you think of like, I mean, I'm thinking like legendary West Coast artists, right? But when you think of some legendary West Coast artists, a lot of the music's all party music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all just like, let's get lit. Like even Snoop Dogg's fucking West Coast legend, but a lot of his music is party music. You know what I mean? But you're coming in with the East Coast, like, let me give you a message. You know what I mean? Like, let me.
I'm a real big person on consciousness as far as music and relaying the message that I get through. I try and approach the party idea, but still be true to myself, you know, and still be like unique about it. So where like it's not just like, hey, like, you know, just little things that I say. I feel like a really good example of that, a song that I study a lot, is In the Club by 50 Cent. Because I feel like there's no fucking better song that you're gonna hear in the club.
Every
you know
time,
what I mean? As soon as you hear the go, like everybody in the club is gonna say that. But you know what I mean? The verses, as far as the verse approach to it, the things that he says are very like, it's 50. But then he could switch it back on the chorus and be like, you can find me in the club, you know what I mean? Bottle full of bub, you know, so it's very, there's a contrast to it. And lately I've been studying the shit out of music, like music songwriters and stuff, like Max Martin. Max Martin wrote like Hit Me Baby One More Time, I Want It That Way, but so many number ones, so many fucking consecutive number ones, and it's the simplicity of it.
Every time
he counts, you know what I mean? I've always counted the syllables, but the way that he breaks down certain things, it's like, it's not a lot of words. It's not a lot of fucking words, and it's a simple melody. And so, you know, and he's even written a lot of The Weeknd's new stuff, Blinding Lights, which is one of the most streamed songs of all time. And you know what I mean? People might think I'm crazy saying that I study this shit, but it's really just, it's the art form, but it's mathematics as well.
And I'm glad you said that. No one ever brings up The Weeknd. And if it's like, you talking about the biggest artist in the world that's been actually leading the charts, let's be real, bro. The Weeknd's been that
Running
like
that
for
shit.
a long fucking time. It's
shit.
like, and no, exactly. And another thing you said too was like, like I heard something recently. It was a songwriter, and he was like, he gave a challenge to an artist, and he was like, write a song with less than 40 words.
40 words, I heard that too.
And that shit was, That shit was so good, bro. Like
that's tough. What the fuck?
Yeah,
yo, it's tough, man. Trying to do that shit and like even the newer songs. Like I studied the fuck out of Paint the Town Red, like that. The way that she did that,
Crazy.
you know, Doja did that, and
Crazy.
you know, there's just a lot of even the older songs. A lot of the older songs,
Yep.
you know, like Michael Jackson wrote a lot of his stuff. So I'm trying to break it down to the writing aspect right now. That's currently where I'm at.
No, hella.
But I'm trying not to overthink something that should be so simple.
Yeah.
You know,
because music is one of those things you also gotta just follow the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As much as you can study it, and as much as you could like try to focus in on this or that, like at the end of the day, whatever just feels right is what you just gotta go with.
Yeah, and you can't be too materialistic. So now I'm finding myself just for the love of it and wanting to be one of the best out there and one of the best of all time. I'm finding myself writing 5 different songs to one beat. You know, and it's
I've seen you do it.
Shit's difficult. Shit's fucking difficult. But it's like it's for the love of it, you know, and I feel like a lot of people are materialistic.
Yeah.
But you know, there are a lot of people that are doing this just for the love of it, just because it's in our heart.
No, I mean, even the other day when we did the single, the other day, we were going between 2 beats, and I think I played one beat for like 45 minutes straight, and you had written a whole song damn near, and it was just the chorus, and then I played another beat, and then I played that one for like another hour, and you wrote a whole nother song, and it wasn't it
didn't feel one felt like it was more myself than the other, and something about it just felt better.
But a lot of people, when they do that, they're like, oh well, let me take these lyrics, or let me take this, and it was like you were just like, no, let me just completely do something. Let me completely do something fresh. And like to do stuff like that, and to be so quick on the roll like that, like you have to have a love for it. You know what I mean? Like that's important. And then like just being able to just see that shit, I'm like, damn, okay, like it's cool to see that, you know?
Yeah, and it's crazy because like when I first met Andres, you know, one of the only people that I really said this to, Andres is my manager. He's the founder of Mad Strange, one of the founders, him and his brother Daniel. Andres is my manager. So when he first started seeing my approach to music and the way that I was doing things, he was just like, he just asked me. We were at an event in Oceanside at the Oceanside Car Clinic, and it was a bunch of different vendors and stuff. We were just chilling. He was drinking a Michi, and we were just chilling, just doing our thing, you know. And he asked me, I'll never forget it. He asked me, he said, "How far do you want to take this? Like, what do you want to do with this music thing?" And I was just like, shit. I was like, I want to be one of the best to ever do it. I want to be one of the greatest of all time. Like, I want to be one of the best, hands down. And he didn't laugh. He didn't smirk. He didn't there was no emotion when he said. He was just like, all right, let's do it.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, okay. So from that day forward, it was like,
I love it.
You know? So it's like, I'm not trying to downplay what's going on, because there is a lot going on, but I want to, my vision is so much more broad than just certain sections, certain cities, certain counties. I want to be one of the best to do it ever from anywhere. Sure. When you look at the West Coast, I want to be one of the best that you see when you think of the West Coast.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's really the goal.
I said it from day one that I worked with you. You was the new Ice Cube.
Yeah, thank you.
I still say that shit.
Just, you know what I mean?
I still say that shit.
I'm so hungry for it. I'm so fucking hungry for this shit.
Like, well, the work speaks for itself,
and it's not even, and it's not even just the music anymore. My bad to cut you off right now, but it was just one other thing that we was talking about recently that I really want to make sure we get in here is it's not even just the music anymore. Like I see you as the new Ice Cube because I see you in movies. You know what I mean? I see you as an actor. I see you as you know what I mean? Like as like a real like representative of this shit. So
man, that was one thing, especially now. It was like, okay, like the music is such a focus for me, and of course I want to do that. It's what I love.
Hell yeah.
But I don't want to be so one dimensional. I kind of feel like, you know, I talk to a lot of people, like even females. It's crazy to hear this shit. Like not even just like I'm getting at them, but they'll be like you're intimidating, like you're scary, and I'm like, I'm not even that fucking, like I'm just a regular nigga, like, you know what I mean? Just because I got face tattoos don't mean I'm fucking finna like get at you a wrong way, you know what I mean? I'm still gonna respect you as a person, and that's anybody, you know what I mean? I'm gonna approach somebody with respect, and I'm gonna accept the same respect, not because you're afraid of me, but because of how I'm gonna present myself to you. So
it's also how we were raised.
Exactly, and I feel like that was, when I heard that, I felt like I was very one dimensional. I feel like the things that people see, if you go down my Instagram, it's such a picture real kind of format. Okay, but there's none of me talking. Like there's nothing that you can hear me joking. There's nothing that you can hear my perspectives on life.
There's no like personality.
Exactly. There's no personality to it. You can't hear my opinions. You can't hear the things that I can apply to our conversation. And that kind of fucked me up because I feel like there's so much more. And I feel like when I start, you know, whenever I do start the acting thing and I can apply that, then I feel like I can show that I have more to offer. I just don't want to be one dimensional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The music gonna take me so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I heard Ice Cube say that as well. Ice Cube said that, you know, the movie money, you know what I mean? His movie checks made fucking the music checks look like nothing.
Hell yeah.
You know, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That sounds dope, and I want, you know, it's a job at the end of the day as of me for right now, because this is what I'm doing, you know, but that's not what it's about. I'm doing it for the love of it, you know, and money isn't the driver. It isn't the engine, but it may be in the front passenger seat.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? But as far as what's driving me to do it is the love for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you could tell that with your craft.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For back
Yeah,
back to what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Actually,
my
that
bad.
kind of
Yeah,
touches
my
back. Oh, you're good. I was gonna say that the work speaks for itself. My G, you dropped for 7 singles this year.
Yeah.
And 2 albums.
2 albums.
Two albums so
this
far.
year.
Yeah, bro. That's a lot of work right there,
Yeah.
bro.
Thank
A lot of work right there.
One of the albums was what, 15 songs?
Yeah. Gangsta's Paradise was 15 songs.
Yeah.
And then next episode was 7.
Yep.
And
It was fun to work on.
Yeah, you mix all of them.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it
mix
was a
those,
good
and you worked on all of them, and everything came out how I wanted.
Yeah.
And if you know what I mean, that's definitely something that I can say. And another one of your engineers worked on Bury Me a G.
Yeah.
Q.
Hell yeah. Q.
So Q did all of Bury Me a G. He recorded and mixed all that. You know.
Soul ShakeDown's kind of mixed almost a good, like, what is it, like 60%, I'd say, at least.
Exactly.
Of,
No, real shit.
Yeah,
and
that's
even
awesome.
before that, Lord Forgive Me wasn't really, it was like different
engineers,
and that was when I was still kind of learning everything. So I didn't have a full grasp on like what a single sound needed to sound like, you know, and so it was very mixed and very like everywhere. Because I was just trying to figure it out.
Yep.
I'm still trying to figure it out, but you know, I have a little bit more of an understanding of sound wise, you know, what it needs, what I like. And so, so those albums, you know, I feel like I want to go beyond that now too, to where like, I don't want to be so one dimensional musically.
No, that's facts.
Because I do want people, I'm trying to sing more on my shit. So that way you could tell, like, motherfuckers don't know I was in chamber choir at El Camino for freshman and sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, people are going to find, you know, things like that I want to apply to my music so that way it makes sense. And it's like, okay, like this is actually like sounds better.
Yep.
And that's one of the things, like if I want to be one of the best at this shit, I need to get better.
Hell yeah.
There's things that I need to do to get better.
I can hear it a lot when, I mean, even just from like mixing your music and stuff, and like seeing, like I see your growth a lot just from touching your music and seeing your craft. Like, cause I feel like I'm hearing it before everyone else is hearing it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm hearing it straight from your hands.
Yeah.
And then when I could see what like you're working on, and I could see the new like lane you're going in, I'm like, damn, this dude's singing way more.
Yeah.
Like he's singing on like 80% of the choruses.
Yeah.
And it sounds good. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're actually practicing, and like I could tell a lot of growth in your voice. I could tell a lot of growth in you as an artist.
Thank you.
That shit's crazy. And then I mean, bro, like everything has really been happening for you. I mean, one thing I definitely want to make sure, if you guys haven't checked out Bishop Snow yet, also make sure you check out the Doggy Style feature he just did. He was just on the album with Doggy Style.
Yeah.
I mean, Bishop was just on the same album as fucking Snoop Dogg. Like, what?
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. Like,
bro.
that, I mean, that's great. Like, I want to make sure we give you your flowers on that, because like,
sure.
at the end of the day,
sure.
you putting on for everyone like in the city right now, bro. Like, and you help put eyes on everyone, because then people go, wait, who was on this album? Wait, where was he from? Oh, wait, that was Oceanside 760. Oh, that was North County. Oh, that was San Diego North. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. And like, for you to be up in LA, like on these like premiered fucking albums, like some of the biggest albums to be dropping, bro, like it's huge.
No,
bro.
I'm definitely blessed. I'm definitely blessed with the opportunities and you know, to be able to do these. You know, shout out to Doggy Style for believing in me and throwing me the song and being like, you know, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, bro, of course. Shout out to Yellow Hill, who's done the same for me.
No,
you know,
same.
I have, you know, I've worked with Inhale, you know, and I just worked with the G-Funk hip hop group in Mexico. You know what I mean? From Mexico, that called West Gold. They sent me a track too that's like, you know
crazy.
what I mean? I was able to hop on, and you know, part of the diversity that I want to reach on there too, I rap some of the verse in Spanish. You know what I mean?
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
you know, so I was like, all right, let me see how I can reach the masses. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of people don't know is that I'm Black and Mexican. So it's like I'm literally half and half. My dad's Mexican, his parents are from Michoacan. You know what I mean? So I want to represent for both sides as well. You know what I mean? And I was talking to somebody named Jimmy. He runs Urban Kings up in LA one day, and I was just like, how do I approach either or? Like, I don't want to be an either or, but at the same time I feel like, you know, how do I bridge that gap? And he was like, there's nobody doing it for both sides right now. He was like, so why not? And I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's how I'm going to approach it then. And so slowly but surely, I've, you know, been able to reach both sides, thank God. And, you know, the Mexican community has been very, very, very supportive. Very supportive. And they don't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to be, but you know what I mean? They embrace me, and it's cool. Like, when I went to Arizona, when I was in Phoenix, you know, I was in a club at Westgate called Salt. And
Salt?
Yeah, Salt. It was like it's fucking crazy. Like, Arizona's a fucking trip. But Westgate is like a mall, but the mall is all bars. So there's a Fat Tuesdays, there's Salt, there's Carousel, there's a bunch of different spots. So we went to Salt, and I'd already been to Phoenix before, so I was aware of what Westgate had to offer. So I was like, fuck it, let's roll. And it's literally outside of State Farm Stadium or whatever. So where the Cardinals play, it's next door to where the Cardinals play. So it's just this big ass place of just, you know what I'm saying? Just a shit show. You know what I'm saying? So
that's madness.
Westgate was dope. And so first this dude walked up to me at the bar and just showed me the Gangsta's Paradise cover. And he was like, I just laughed, and I was like, yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? And we chopped it up, kept it low key. This girl walked up to me.
So awkward though.
Yeah, this girl walked up to me afterward. He said he was a big fan of my music. He was from Pomona originally. This girl walked up to me, said she was living in San Diego. She was a fan of my music. She saw me at Chicano Park Day. She didn't want to talk. I chopped it up with her for a little bit. And then the first DJ from the night, recognized me at the bar and then walked up to me and said he had 4 of my songs on his playlist.
That's hard.
And I was like, fuck, like, this is crazy.
That's crazy.
And so like little by little, and it's not specifically to that extent, but it was like they were all you know, they were all Mexican too, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, and then I went to the mall 2 days later, I think. One of the shoe cleaners, and this is on my son, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this was crazy because I was one of the shoe cleaners, like, he looked like he was about to talk to me. He was like, Bishop. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, man, thank you for your music. And then he started rapping When I'm Gone to Me. And I was he just started, he was like, early morning when I walked to the East, and I was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? A worker at Hat Club recognized me. He was like, we got your O hats if you want to represent. And I'm like, damn, like, this is fucking like crazy. Like, so many people are just like, and they're thanking me for my music. And so that was like, that was dope. You know what I mean? And so it's happened in Vegas too, which is a blessing. You know what I mean? I'm blessed to be able to do all this. And so it's like, you know, for people to thank me for my music, it's like, that's what I really.
What was that,
you know,
a transition like from literally, you know, like nobody knowing you, you know, in terms of, you know, like state-wise, you know, to like now everybody knows you.
Trippy.
Shit,
but I mean, it's very trippy, but it's just a testament to like how much God has done for me, because this is things that I pray about.
It's real.
It's not that I like, when I pray for everything overall, it's like one of the main things that I pray for is for people to hear my music that need to hear it and that want to hear it, and the people that it's not for the music to get to the people that like to just blow up, but it's like specifically I ask for like how, like, please get it to the people that need it, you know. Who could I help?
Right there,
who could I help? Who could I change? Whose day could I change when they hear that? You know? And so that's kind of one of the biggest things. And so it's like a testament of like, damn, like, okay, you know, I just remain consistent with it, or I try to, and do as much as I can. And then it's like, it really just shows.
Yeah. I think it translates most to you always having such a strong message in your music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like people like, with any artist, they're gonna say, you know what I mean, they love them, da 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 da. Yeah. But when you have a strong message in your music, like it means more than the fucking good beat. It means more than really whatever. Does. It means more than even like the artist image. Like, because at the end of the day, if it has a good message, it transcends to the listener, and then they take it into their own. That's now their message.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like so. you transcend so much messages in your music to where like people can listen to it and they're like, damn, I've literally felt this exact way, or
Yeah.
I've seen through it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it almost seems like you can explain it better than people can for themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
And then
that's just why I take my thoughts and just put it down.
yeah.
But I pay attention to those little things, the beat, my flow, my the way I project my voice over certain beats, like what kind of emotion am I trying to display? You know, what point am I trying to get across? And so the little things I feel like make those. It's like painting a picture.
Yeah,
it's like painting a picture. All
true.
the little strokes add up to this one painting. You know, and so that's a real big thing to me. Is paying attention to those little details so that way I can make a better overall experience for the listener.
Hell yeah. No, that's perfect, bro. I love that. I feel like we hit everything we need to cover. I want to give you some time to give any more shout outs that you need to give. I mean, I want to give one huge shout out to Mad Strange. I mean, you know, they've really helped everything go. Andres and Daniel, you know, you guys have been a huge part of making everything happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, definitely. Shout out to Mad Strange, the whole team, Andres, Daniel, everyone that's pitched in and helped. You know, everyone that's contributed to my life and making it better. You know, making things, you know, presenting more opportunities for me. Shout out Soul ShakeDown, you know what I mean, and everything that you guys have done as well. The whole city of Oceanside, you know, the entire West Coast, San Diego, the world, for supporting the dream that I have and you know, working with me on it, you know, and just all the support. I love everybody that's you know, I love everybody that's supporting me, and I love everybody that's hated me and giving me the motivation to work harder.
Oh yeah.
So thank you guys, and thank God.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in for the 4th episode of the Soul ShakeDown podcast, and hope you have a good rest of your guys' day.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Peace.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the 3rd live performance on the episode 4 of the Soul ShakeDown podcast. We got Bishop Snow performing a live brand new song, Active, right here. Let's get to it.
What's good?
Bishop, you're not gonna make it out the hood. You gangbanging, sleeping with these bitches. How you expect to make money and you wasting time?
Kick shit, then I'm on to the next room. And soon I'ma have wet hoes like a monsoon. And gangsta shit I could've served in the past. Who knew a nigga like me would last a generation? We're the killers who don't think and serve more lead than a pen with no ink. One day when I step out the door, see some niggas down the street shooting dice for show with my hoe. Came and picked me up in the bucket with a kid in the back, and my luck just ran out, cause the plug got raided. OD in the glass, now it's time to get faded. Then some niggas wanna come and trip, cause my little homie ran up and emptied the clip. Left one of them in critical condition. They don't know I got my shit on my lap, did I mention? Come through when we finna get active. Do dirt, disappear like magic. Still aiming at your homies for practice. The outcome just might be tragic. It got ugly, then I left the park, cause I got too much to do before dark. Hopped in the O2 Camry and not jet. Pour out some liquor cause I can't forget all the homies who laid their lives on the line for the colors that we wear get left behind. If you snitch or flip, man, I heard EPC. Some niggas in the hood just need to bleed, and that's a fact. When I'm dressed in black, when my niggas Smith & Wesson and we down to attack. Don't need that blunt, that's laced with mushrooms. And hand me my gloves in the afternoon, I get ready. Now my mind is steady, walk over, let off 6 shots, I'm like Freddy. Creeping to your dreams and making a scene, then dip to my side bitch crib to serve fiends. Come through when we finna get active. Do dirt, disappear like magic. Still aiming at your homies for practice. The outcome just might be tragic. Bitch.
Yes, sir. That's it. Rap. It's done.